Hey Soul Tribe, Tracy here with Sweet Spot e-magazine. Thank you so very much for the likes, shares, views, subscribes, the comments, the generous donations. AJ, thank you so very much. Thank you for that wonderful Christmas present. I really do appreciate you. Everyone, thank you for the hypes, everything. I appreciate it all. Let's go ahead and ring the bell. Let's clear out the energy, and then we'll see what the message the Spirit has for us this afternoon. You sound really decisive, like enough is enough is enough. Sounds like somebody put their foot down, but somebody else is upset. They're feeling a little salty because you put your foot down. Bottom of the deck. Why? Maybe you're asking yourself why, or this person is asking themselves why. Why did they think that they could push your boundaries? See, this person had these pie in the sky types of dreams about themselves, like they were something big. But you know what? They're finding out that all that glitters isn't gold. They're not as big, as bad, as bold, as beautiful as they thought that they were. See, this person now is finding out something about your loyal heart. Hey, Red Violet. You know, this person thought that they could take advantage of you. Because of you, you have this loyal heart. Hey, Mag Beta Music, how are you? But now there's been a change in the wind. Let me go ahead and close these blinds real quick before the sun kind of comes in and does something funky and goes down and it's dark. Give me 1 second. Turn this one on. All right. Hola, Marcia. Hey, JR. Oh, thank you so very much, JR. Yeah, see, somebody that they're realizing that there's been now a change in the wind. Things ain't what it used to be because they took advantage of you. They thought that they could run you. They thought that they could rule you. They thought, hey, Saida, they thought that they could make you do what, or even if you had a request or an ask and you asked it nicely, their response to you may have been, yeah, okay. But in their head, they was like, fuck that. That's why there's that change in the wind. But see, for this person, it was like a never-ending story. They was doing it time and time and time again to you. But you know what? All good things must come to an end. This was time. This was time for this chapter to be over. You know, this person, they didn't realize how blessed you were, how peaceful you are as a person. And now they're sitting back and they're thinking about everything. They're thinking about everything that you brought to the table that was to their benefit and how they just kissed it all goodbye. See, fate would have this, you know, as it's like an unfinished story. It's an unfinished symphony. But you know what? It's not going to finish the way that somebody thought it was. Hey, Malcolm. Now it's time for someone to stop their foolishness. Like it's time for them to cut the bullshit out. Hey, Hypsee. Now this person feels all orphaned, like they're abandoned out in the cold. You know, whenever they just had to respect your wishes the first time. The first time when you was nice and you asked them politely. They see somebody wanted to push the envelope. They thought that they could push you around. What they're finding out is you was helping them out, not the other way around. But see, they kept going around and around. They kept thinking that they could, they kept testing your boundaries, testing your gangster, only to find out you could bring the chaos and the conflict like it was like you was some type of monster. Hey, Addie. Yeah, this person had to come to the edge to look real close, and they was afraid what they saw when they looked over that edge, because then they found that this female was ready to tear it all motherfucking down. You heard that song? Say my name, say my name. Okay, well, they wasn't saying your name. They was screaming your name. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Because they found out you don't have time to play. And even if you do have time to play, you don't have time to play with them. Now they want to send this message in a bottle. They want to send some type of message. Hey, Mike Taylor News, how are you? They want to do some apology, and they want to talk about that, how they're going to work to clean themselves up. Because this person feel, like they out there by themselves now. They all in their emotions in the seat. They want to cry. AJ, thank you so very much. I really do appreciate you. They want to cry. And it's like you had to just take a moment to yourself. When they push that spiritual gangster button, you had to pop off. And once you let it out, you had to just take a moment to yourself. You had to breathe. Let it all go. See, this person didn't realize this nerve right here, this one, that was the last motherfucking nerve, and they got on it. They got on your last motherfucking nerve. That's why you had to tell them and teach them that you don't have time to play. Hey, behaving goals. Confirmation. Hey, Shaylin. You don't have time to play. Hey, Angelique. Now somebody want to exchange gifts. Now they want to do this. They want to show you some respect. Baby, you should have put respect on my name long ass time ago. See, this person knew. They knew deep within that you had so much love to give. You was Treasure Island yourself. They knew that you went above and beyond for them. They knew that you were a blessing to them, but yet they wanted to act greedy. They wanted to act like they didn't like you. Well, baby, check this out. You ain't got to like me at all. But one thing you will do, you will respect me. See, you had to let this person know that they are not for you. You don't have time to play around with them or anybody else like them. And this is the truth. And they know this. They know this. They know that right now, here and now, it's a different ball game. It's a totally different ball game. This is why you were taking your goodness, your sweetness, your kindness, your gentleness, your thoughtfulness, and all the othernesses that you got. This like that milk and honey, and you leaving. You don't give a shit what this person needs. You don't give a shit if this person is running down the street on fire and you the only one within the 30-mile radius that got to pee. You're going to hold your shit. See, that's how they mess themselves up. Hi, my church is your church. How are you? See, this person, they should have cleaned themselves up a long time ago. They should have stopped acting foolish and dumb a long ass time ago. They should have built themselves up. They should have went by the book, the universal book. Do unto others as you want them to do unto you. Because if not, they can do to you like you do to them. See, this person never, ever imagined that things would end this way, that you would end it, because they thought that, you always went by the book. You was always the nice one. You was always the kind one. Like you was afraid to speak out and be like, motherfucker, I done had it with your dumb ass. They always thought that they won't say nothing. Oh, I can push the envelope. Even if you told them, don't do that. I told you, don't do that. Even if you was nice enough to repeat yourself, you wasn't going to say it the third time. See, somebody didn't want to catch a clue. Now they sitting back and they watching you. That's all they have to do is watch you. And you know what? And then on top of that, they was even trying to get their people involved. Then people said, sorry, but you on your own with this one. Because we saw what the collective was going to do. And we don't want the collective to do that to us too. See, you took a deep breath, and now you're just going on without them. And you flexible. You don't, like I said, you don't care. They ain't got to talk to you. They ain't got to like you. They ain't got to be around you. All they got to do is respect you. That's it. Now they understand that there is a higher power, because they was calling out to God. This person understands now that they are the one that's between worlds. They fucked themselves, thinking that they was getting away with something with you. And it's all good. It's all fair. Hey, Sia. It is all good and it's all fair. And you know what? After this, you went ahead, you dusted yourself off, you straightened up your clothes, made sure that your hair was back in place, if you was a little sweaty, you went ahead and did all that. And now you poised again. You ready to go ahead and receive all the blessings that God has for you and you alone. Because see, you was going to try and help this person. You was going to try and be a blessing to this person. But apparently they didn't want no blessings. So now they get to go the distance alone. Now they find themselves at a fork in the road, not knowing what to do. How they going to get out of. How they going to do this. How they going to do that. They find themselves what they call, like they say over in Japan, fucked. But it's all on them. They did it to themselves. God has already blessed you with somebody else. Somebody else that appreciates what you do. Somebody else that is happy with you. And that's somebody that's going to take advantage of you. Now this person is sitting here thinking, oh, damn, they messed up. There's no place like home. You damn Skippy. You damn right. Hey, High Priestess. Now this person wants to mend the relationship between y'all. Now that they know they messed it up. You ain't got to like us, but you will respect us. And the worst time to try and mend something is once you made us burn it all down to the ground. Because at that point, we don't care what you do. You or any of your goony goo goo friends. Hey, Cher. What's the message, Spirit? What's the message? See, this person, like I said, they listened to you, but they didn't think they had to hear what you were saying. Because they thought that they was all what the one that was doing something, putting something into it. You wasn't doing shit but running your damn mouth. That was it. Now this person realized that, you know what? They was the only one that was running their damn mouth. They didn't add nothing to the pot. Anything that was of value, you brought it. Anything that was wisdom, you said it. Anything that was thoughtful, you the one who thought it. And what did they do? Besides get ran out of town. Besides make themselves look like a whole kind of clown. You know? What's the message, Spirit? What's the message? Now this person, like I said, they all up in their feelings. Because they realizing, hey, J. Mike, that they didn't bring nothing to the table. All they brought was some fake shit. All they brought was some shit that you could have did without. You didn't need that little cubic zirconia shit. You know, and that wasn't even really cute. That wasn't even high quality cubic zirconia. That was the shit that they got out of a bubblegum machine. That could have kept that little plastic ass ring. You was the one who is the treasure island. Hey, lies never stuck. That was you. And now they're feeling like they got some unfinished business with you. Please. I don't think so. It's time for this person to take that L. Take that L and go on with their life. And for them to sit here and just remember what it was like. Ain't nobody got time to play. Yeah, nobody got time to play. Yes. You know, now that this person is seeing how much magic you brought to the table, how you could create stuff, how you just did stuff. When you put your hand on something, boom, everything seemed to work out. Like your middle name was Abundance. And now this person is trying to figure out what they're going to do. How can they be cool like you? Don't come to me with no unfinished, with no apology, talking about some we not through. Yes, the hell we are through. And even if you not, I'm through with you. Hey, Create. See, hey, Wing Seer, how are you? See, it's like it's called taking someone's kindness for a weakness. Kindness is a strength. Thoughtfulness is a strength. Love, that comes from the heart. That's the strongest muscle in the body. I am forever hated. No, you're not. You are so loved. How are you today? And see, somebody knows that whatever you said to them, it hurt them in their heart. It pissed them off because it was the truth. You ain't got time to play with them. You ask yourself, why? Why would I play with you when I got so many other important things to do? See, this person didn't think that you was going to burn it all down to the ground. This person didn't believe you when you said, listen, I will burn all this shit down. I will make sure that there ain't nothing left standing. Push me one more again. Now this person want to send you a bottle. Send you a message in a bottle. They want to apologize. They want to be like, well, you know, I didn't really understand. I really didn't know I was pushing you that far. Why was you pushing me at all? Why push at all? When the collective says stop, we don't mean stop 10 times from now. We mean stop it. See, they didn't believe that all you wanted was peace. And so for you to have peace, all they had to do was respect your motherfucking boundaries. Everybody deserves to have somebody respect their boundaries, not just that fool, not just that narcissistic fool. And see, this is whenever you just realize and you tell this person all these blessings that you get, they are not for them. My blessings is not for you. That's whenever, and this person thought that they were still poised to get something. They thought they were still poised to still let it rain, like you was like they was used to you having the dollar gun, and it just raining dollars on them, tens and twenties and fifties and hundreds. They just thought it was just going to continue to be like that. But when shit dried up and there was not even pennies, then this person want to sit here and think about all that shit, and they want to look at you. You still happy. It's still raining on your side of the street. They trying to figure out if they can come over there and grab some of the loose bills that's in your yard. Nope. Not at all. See, you should have thought about those blessings that you was receiving before you tried to take advantage of somebody. Before you tried to tell them to kiss your ass. Well, now who want to kiss whose ass? Now somebody want to come to the edge and they want to see if they can talk to you, maybe get you to, just hear things out. Hear from their point of view. You already know. There is no point of view. You've already peeped their motherfucking game. What point of view? What's the message, Spirit? What's the message? They feel like they've been checked. Yes, checked. Checkmate. Checked off. Yes. Checkered flag. All of that shit. What's the message, Spirit? Yeah. All they had to do was respect you. All they had to do was be fair to you. All you asked them for was some peace. That was it. Don't play no games. Don't think that I'm a fool. Don't waste my time. Don't take nobody for granted. All you asked for was peace. This wasn't even anything hard for them to do. But God said, you're the one with the blessings. You're the one with the treasure. Why are you going to stay around that fool? Hold on, y'all. Okay. Got the message. She got the message. Yep. See, now it's like somebody want to act like they don't know, they don't understand why you had to burn it all down to the ground. The reason that collective had to burn it down to the ground because they was not going to give you the satisfaction of thinking that you got away with something, anything, because collective is not going to continue to put in and put in and put in and put in and try and try and try and ask you and ask you again and ask you again and ask you again for you to continue to say fuck you. It ain't even happening like that. It's not happening like that. Somebody had to learn the hard way, and this ain't even really the hard way yet. This is just the beginning. They just feeling the cold draft. They ain't even felt the cold. They ain't even felt the cold rain or the snow or the ice. They just feeling just a gentle breeze come through. Yep. And see, this person that now they seeing things differently now. They seeing that they're the ones who's been left at that fork in the road. That they're the ones who need you. Oh, now you want to see something different, boo? Oh, fuck you. What's the message, Spirit? What's the message? They're finding out that you the realist. The real deal, Holyfield. You ain't got time to play with nobody. Like I said, if you do have time to play, it wasn't them. Wasn't with them. You the real deal, Holyfield, baby. You go by the book. Hey, K Hyphy, you know what time it is. You know what's up. Hey, Robert, how are you? What's the message, Spirit? What's the message? Yep. Cause you go the distance. It's like once you set your mind to something, you don't stop in the middle. You keep going until you're through. And see, this person, they would always start and stop, and then start and stop, and then start and stop, and they would never make it through. You ain't got time for that. And then on top of that, they not even willing to go the distance, and yet then they gonna feel like they don't even have to respect you. I know you a fool. What's the message? Let's get a different deck. Bottom of the deck. Door to romance. See, it could have been that they was thinking that you was never gonna leave them, like you was just so smitten with them. Oh, Antonio, Rogelio, oh my gosh. I just want to be Mrs. Antonio Rogelio. Shit, no. You ain't that smitten. There ain't that much motherfucking alcohol. See, that's why they took you for granted, thinking that your heart was so full. See, you was able to see the other side of them. You was able to peep their motherfucking game when it came to their heart. Yep. But now this person is realizing that this cornucopia, all these blessings, all this goodness, all of this shit depended on how they acted and treated you. See, game recognize game. Player will recognize a player. A pimp will recognize a pimp. But see, that's what they thought, that they can come in and deceive you. They just didn't know that Archangel Michael was right here fighting on your behalf. And they didn't know that Archangel Gabriel was the one who told you what to say. And they was shocked. They didn't know that Archangel Gabriel could even talk that motherfucking way. Now they want to appreciate you because you're the one who brought the balance. You're the one who kept them up. You're the one who kept them inspired. You're the one that kept them feeling like, I can do this. I can do this. Yeah, I can do this. I can do this. But see, they didn't want to put into you. They didn't want to give you the respect that you was due. And now they had to make a decision. And unfortunately, they made the wrong one. They should have made one that included you. Now they're watching you. Like I said, you healed yourself. You opened up those doors to healing and personal happiness, and you walked on through. You're the one who gets the victory. You're the one that's sitting there with the big ass heart, with the kindness, with the sweetness, with all of those nesses. That's you. You get the victory, not them. And here they are sitting there thinking, looking like a fool, wondering what stopped them from respecting you. They act like it was hard. Now they seeing the only hard part was them getting on, acting like they got some P's and motherfucking Q's. Now they sitting here worried about it. Now they all anxious, hoping that you don't meet somebody new. Now they all upset because they see that not only that, but you're the one who had the money. And it's their heart that's broken, not yours. You come with the angel of love. I'm telling you, Archangel Raphael is right here. You knew what you had, this big ass heart. Your heart chakra was open to them. But they didn't appreciate it. They was just thinking about, money. They was just thinking about what they could take from you. They was just thinking that oh, they'll never know. They'll never figure this out. But you saw the other side of them. You saw the light side, the part that you hoped was more prevalent than the dark side. But they showed you Nothing but the dark side. And then they want to get upset with you. They want to get really pissed at you because you said, you know what, this ain't going to work for me. I think that we should start seeing other people. We should just do other things. You don't have to be, you probably will be better off with somebody else. And they know there's nobody else that even want that ass. Now they feeling all tied up, like they don't know what to do. The tricks ain't tricking no more. They don't it's like whatever magic spell they tried to throw at you, you ducked, you dodged, you swayed, you bobbed, you weaved, and everything else. So it missed you. This person, they should have been on their path a long ass time ago. Or they should have tried to get on the path with you. But see, now that blossoming abundance that you brought to the table, you took it whenever you left. Now that what they're going to do? Now somebody's feeling like they should have listened to their instinct. They should have followed what their gut was telling them to do. They should have used that. They should have seen this. They're like, I should have seen this. I should have used my third eye. Something told me to get right. Something told me not to say that last little thing. Something told me not to act that way. But they chose to do it anyway. Now they thought that they was going to get this big payout. If they do, it ain't with you. Somebody thought that you didn't know. Like you was a simple little street hoe. Maybe your mama, but nobody over here. See, now they understand how intelligent you are. You got that street smarts. You got that book smarts. And you listen to what Spirit is telling you. When Spirit said, get your shit and go, boo, you was like, say less. Say less. It's all because they was jealous of you. They was. They was jealous of what you could do. They was jealous that you didn't need them. They was jealous that you could do it without them. That's all it was. And so what they was trying to do was see how they could mess things up, how they could confuse you, how they could get in your head, how they could feel like they could get you off track. They wanted you to feel like you was attached to them, like you couldn't make it without them. Please. They just had no clue. None. Spirit, you was already happy when you met them motherfuckers. You was already abundant, and whenever you met them, you had already went through the door to personal healing and happiness whenever they came on board. What they didn't realize is that you had already went through the door to Spirit too. So whatever you brought to the table, it was going to be a blessing for them. But all they had to do was, and it's not even act right, because then that means that they acting. All they had to do was get right. But if they couldn't get right, you had to show them that they could definitely get left. And that's exactly what happened. They got left. It's like this person, you too at one point thought that y'all was meant for each other. Like you could do it together. But somebody, like I said, they had this plan where they was going to get from you, take from you, steal from you, make you feel bad about yourself, make you doubt yourself, make it seem like they didn't have to respect you. They didn't have to listen to nothing you had to say, respect your word, that they could cross over any type of boundary that you tried to put in place, and then they was going to leave you. See, they had this whole plan. But you know what? They found out in time that was never going to work. They found out in time that you was always on your journey and that you was strong enough to see through anything that they brought to you. Ain't it funny how somebody has this secret plan of how they're going to do you wrong? And it ends up that they're the ones that's left out. See, somebody had to realize that the hard way, the real hard way. And now they're looking like a fool. Everybody finding out, well, what happened to your car? Oh, yeah, I didn't want that car. I just gave that car. I just told her, take that car. Don't nobody want to drive around in that stretch Benz. Don't nobody like no Maserati like that no more. Ain't nobody worrying about no damn Yukon. Don't nobody like that Cadillac. Don't nobody want them kind of cars. And they're like, but you went from that to a Yugo? Well, I like Yugos. They're good on gas. They just take a mixture of half gasoline and half water. I just do it like the Flintstones did, get a little run and start. And then it just, as long as I'm going downhill, it works. I just got to build up some momentum so I can get up the hill. What's the message, Spirit? They're like, well, damn, what happened to your clothes? I told her to take all them clothes back. Don't nobody want no fancy ass clothes. Don't nobody like all that shit. Them clothes, the jewelry, the warm, soft bed that I was sleeping in, the warmth of the house. I told her, just take it all back. Don't nobody like all that. I like sleeping in the tent. I like the freshness of the cool, crisp air on my skin. I like triple balling up in a blanket. I like looking out in her window like this, watching her in front of the fireplace. I like that shit. Stop asking all these fucking questions. See, Spirit was trying to tell somebody, but they didn't want to listen. They were still trying to do you wrong. They had this whole plan how they was going to leave you, take confirmation, leave you, take your money, do you wrong, baby, because they felt like they the only one that was going to come out on top. What's the message, Spirit? What's the message? And now this person is pissed off. Pissed off because they was found out. Pissed off because they got left because they couldn't get right. Hey, Melissa. Now somebody's sitting here praying that somebody that they know, one of their tribe or somebody in the community, be like, you need a place to stay? I can give you my couch. But everybody else is like, and nobody trying to help that person. And that's what they get. That's their justice. This person is sitting here all anxious, worried, wondering, trying to figure out why do they even do this shit. It was supposed to have been you. They forgot that you was the one that was holding the money. And you forgot that if you ever left, it was going to be their heart that was on the chopping block, not yours. See, that's what somebody forgot. You the one who went through the door of the Spirit. They were still on the outside trying to look in. What's the message, Spirit? No, I have not been sipping on any eggnog. Not at all. This is just me. I mean, I did have some iced tea earlier and some water, but that's been about it. What's the message? Now it's coming to the light that somebody need to get on their temple path. Now it's dawning on somebody that in order for they need to go through that door to value. They need to recognize game. So that they don't feel like they have to rely on somebody else's money, rely on somebody else's blessings in order for them to make it through. That they can do this. Just like you did this. They don't have to sit here and try and act like somebody, try and get somebody to be so gaga goo goo over them with some diabolical plan. because that shit never works. It never works. See, they had this idea that they could just go so far, and you was just gonna be like, oh, I still love him. I can heal him. I can make him whole. Hell no. You want to be half? Be half the fuck on over there. See, somebody thought that you was gonna wait around on them. They thought that's what they thought. They thought that you was gonna wait around on that ass. Not at all. Not at all. If they wasn't ready, you wasn't trying to wait. Oh shit. Ain't nobody trying to raise no adult. That was your parents' job. Ain't nobody trying to raise no man or raise no woman. Nobody. And now he's looking around to see if there's somebody else that can help him with his financial efforts, his financial struggles, his financial concerns. He's looking for somebody else who he can sleep in a warm bed. Robert, I know. What's the message? What is the message? See? Yeah, well. Yeah, and you know what he's finding? There is nobody else out there like you. There's a whole bunch of people in the world. There's a whole bunch of men. There's a whole bunch of women. But it's nobody with that same heart. That's what somebody failed to realize. There's a whole bunch of people, but they was not going to have your heart. They wasn't going to be as kind. They wasn't going to be as blessed. They were not going to be as thoughtful. They were not going to be as loving. They were not going to be as giving. But there's a whole lot of people in the world. That's what somebody missed. And instead of trying to come up with these plans, how you going to take what you going to take and then leave them in the dust, you better look at what they got, what they bringing to the table. Because if you can leave love all you want to leave love, but you're just going to run into some deceit. You're going to run into the same type of person that you trying to be. Somebody that's trying to trap you. Somebody that's trying to rob from you. And how pissed are they going to be if they trying to rob somebody who ain't got shit because that person trying to rob them? That's a double reverse Jedi mind trick happening right there. Both y'all broke. Neither one of y'all got shit. That's a double reverse Jedi motherfucking mind trick if I ain't ever heard of one. What's the message, Spirit? Absolutely, Sia. Absolutely. What's the message, Spirit? And sometimes you have to let people find out. It may take months. It may take years. But whenever they all think about it, when they calm the fuck down, they're going to be like, damn, what the fuck was I thinking with that stupid ass plan? Because they getting karma. They're going to run into somebody else who talking about I'm going to just go as far right here. I'm going to make them chase me. They're going to chase. You want to get all this? You're going to chase this down. Come on. We all adults. And if you're not an adult, click off this channel because I do too much cussing. And see, like I said, they're not going to find somebody like you. They're not going to find somebody who's true, blue, the real deal, Holyfield like you. They're not going to find somebody with that heart, with the courage, with the strength. They ain't going to find nobody with these blessings. Okay? That means something. What they're going to find is somebody who's going to lie to them, who's going to trap them, be like, yeah, okay, we in this family now, but somebody who just trying to take them for whatever they got. Somebody be like, oh yeah, baby, all these kids is yours, only to find out that, Only one of them, only one of the 7 is yours, is theirs. And they sitting here supporting all these kids and wondering why don't none of them, except for that one. And it's a middle child that look like you. And that's the one that she treat the worst. Or he treat the worst. The one that's yours. But see, somebody thinking they're going to get victory by getting something that they don't really want. Oh, because somebody thought that they was going to play games. They was going to play games with you. Anything else from this deck? Anything else from this deck? I know that's right. I know that's right. My church is your church. Yeah, like I said, somebody getting ready to run into themselves. The same type of person that's not going to go through the gate is going to give up all this confusion. If they're going to have so many fucking questions, they're going to run into themselves. Then what they're going to do? They can't strategize with that. They can't build with that. They can't even trust that. Bottom of the deck. And it's justice. This is what their ass gets. It's just what they get. Justice and judgment. This some shit right here. This is Pandora's box opening with karma coming around in the El Camino. Neither one of them is playing. All these games, all these secrets, all these lies, all that shit is over. They're going to bring somebody to their motherfucking knees, baby. They're going to bring him to the knees and make his ass cry or her ass cry. I'm telling you, somebody going to be praying, baby. Yep. Because somebody realized that they was trying to play the playboy, playgirl too long. They should have left that shit alone a long time ago. They always had their hand out. Always had their hand out. They was playing the player role for too fucking long. Thinking that they got the magic stick. They could just spread that around anywhere. And people was going to be like, oh, my turn. What you want? What you need, baby? I got you. See, they should have realized they had a real one when they had you. Okay? But they also should have realized that you was wise enough to protect what was yours. You wasn't no fool. You may have been born tonight, but it wasn't last night. Yeah. And whatever you said, you meant what you said. You wasn't playing games. You wasn't afraid to speak your piece. You said it. All of it. And you left nothing out. You even pronounced the periods. See, this person thought that they was going to get you in a position where you was just going to be so happy to be a family with them and they could treat you however the fuck they wanted. No. Not at all. Now they feeling all embarrassed and stressed out and overburdened. They don't know what the fuck they going to do and they want to come with this little fishy ass apology to you. You remember everything that they did. Everything. And how this person refused to work with you. They didn't want to work with you. They wanted to work against you. Okay? You knew, it's clear now how somebody was trying to get you stuck because they was feeling stuck, because they was feeling less than. How they wanted you to feel like you couldn't go on without them. Now they having this realization, this aha moment. That they had a good one right here, but they were sitting there thinking of it, plotting and planning over there. Now they blocked. And they blocked and all they can do is watch you. That's it. They stressed out. They can't sleep. They wondering if God's gonna answer their prayers. God was like, hello, who it is? What? You want what? Yo, hold on a second. Click. See? Now they ask and they praying and shit and hoping that their wishes come true after trying to play some tricks on you. You know what I'm saying? They was thinking that they was just gonna have you, like they was just Don Juan. All they was gonna have you and your emotions, and they was gonna be able to do whatever they wanted. I'm telling you, the disrespect was real. The games was real. The mind games, the bullshit, the trickery, all of that shit was real. And they never thought that you was gonna leave. They thought that they could even put you in competition with others. I think not. Not today, not tomorrow, not yesterday, not next week, not last week, not next month, last month, next year, last year. Never, ever, ever. Hey, Flower Dance, how are you? They thought that they was going to be able to put you in competition. Now they just praying. And they know it was a wish fulfillment for them to be able to be with you. And they trying to figure out how you even knew what they was planning, how you even knew what they was doing. They was sitting here thinking that they could send out these secret messages to other people, and they was even talking bad about you behind your back, saying this, saying that, telling everybody how you wasn't amounting to shit, you was never gonna amount to shit, and you needed them and this and that and the other, only for them same people to watch them sitting here on their hands and knees asking for a couch to sleep on, asking them for a place to stay, asking if they could just like do a quick wash up in the sink. See how how shit that goes around comes right back around. They didn't think it was going to zap them in their ass. You the one that's sitting on top of the world, and you close that fucking cycle. They are in regret. And they missed that car. I'm telling you, they missed that car. They was like, damn, I used to look good in that BMW 740i. Damn. Why she even take that from me? Because your name wasn't on the title, motherfucker. Now somebody sitting there trying to figure out, what their next plan is, and maybe they could come back to you and they could talk to you and they don't have to share everything with you. They could just tell you some of the shit, but not all the shit. But see, the thing is, it's like, and they thinking that if they didn't tell you all the shit, they could hide, the fact that they was like on the low gonna go see Lola, the ho-ho. You don't even care about that shit anymore. Because they just knew they was in line to be, king of the castle. They knew that they was going to be happy just sitting around, and you were just going to be so busy doing all this shit, making sure that they toenails was clean, that their feet was washed, that they ate good, they ain't need nothing else, their crown was up on their head good, they clothes was washed. If they came in from being out hoeing all damn day while you was at work, that you was going to draw them a bath water, put some rose petals and some milk up in it, coconut milk, of course, not regular milk, coconut milk, and have that special nice smelling soap, the expensive kind that they said they wanted for Christmas and all that other bullshit. And then after they got out the bath, you was going to take a towel, one of them big ass king towels, and wrap it around them and just dap them, not rub them, because when you rub them, it's supposed to be not as good for the skin, but dab them down, and then you're going to get that good shea butter, coconut oil, vitamin E mix, and rub them down, and then massage their temples and shit. Make sure that they got waves in their head, and gently put the wave cap on, and gently put little kisses all down their neck and their back and shit like that. But that's not what happened, baby. Did none of that shit happen, and they needed to wake the fuck up. You, the Empress, you was the one who had that big ass heart. And your intuition was telling you, you was the kind, gentle, sweet one. You was the one that deserved all those milk and rose baths. Okay? Not only that, you was an earth angel and was going to try and help they dumb ass. You know? But see, somebody they didn't want to ever give to you. They just wanted you to give to them. They just wanted to take, 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 take. That's why your ass had to leave. That's why they experiencing this whole tower moment. That's why everybody like, man, I thought you said you really didn't even care for her like that. I thought you said you like feeling that cool, crisp air of 15 degrees with snow and sleet outside, sleeping in that damn tent, you know, that with that thin ass blanket and sleeping in some motherfucking clothes wrapped up real tight. I thought you said you liked the Yugo. You didn't even like that 740 BMW. You said you didn't. You said the Maserati was played out. Ain't that what you said? See, what comes around goes right back around. What comes around goes right back around. This person is finding out they at the very bottom of the wheel of fortune, and you at the very top. Now this is why they want to come in and they want to ask you for your forgiveness. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. We can start all over. See, they planning for this shit because they want to build this shit up. Now they want to build some shit up. Now they want to they want to work with you. They want to get on the good foot. They want to apologize. They want to let you know, we're supposed to be together, baby. You know what? I had this dream last night, and in the dream, I know it was God. God said, "Don't use my name like that. Don't use my name in vain." And we were supposed to be together. And you know, I also saw that, you know, we was gonna be taking trips together and we was gonna be doing this and we was gonna do. Did you want me to run you a bath water, baby? See, they didn't realize that whenever you was done, you was done. This person, and they see, because word got out, they thought that their friends was going to keep their secrets. Their words got out. Everybody was blabbing. They was like, and also whatever. Let me tell you something else that he said, Sharon, while we sitting here talking about his dumb ass. He also said this, and he also said that. And you remember the girl that worked down at the Piggly Wiggly? They was flirting. And whenever I said, I know you ain't flirting with that old girl that worked in the Piggly Wiggly. He said, well, shit, Shane ain't gonna get rid of me. She like me and my dirty ass motherfucking drawers. Yes, girl. And you know what? I even took a picture. Look, see, wait. And this is him all up in her face. Look at this. And this is the girl from the Piggly Wiggly and the other girl from the Texaco riding in your car. Look right here, girl. Look right here. That's whenever you was like, you know what? I'd rather be alone. And somebody did. They thought that they was on their way to being, you know, rich, bitch. Like they was gonna be able to gain, you know, like them putting giving you a little bit of time, but cheating on the side. That they was gonna be able to capitalize on your money. Oh, please! Once you found out the truth about what somebody was doing, oh, you was like, you tell you what, fool. I'm gonna let you. I'm not gonna let you fall off the cliff. I'm gonna push your ass off that motherfucking cliff. You know. Then this motherfucker started lying like a Persian rug line. You was like, stop all that shit. Don't nobody even fucking believe them fucking lies. Don't nobody believe all them fucking lies. You know. That's when somebody found out that you was the one who wore the big drawers, not them. Them little tidy whities that they had on, you had the big drawers on. Okay. What's the message, Spirit? What you say? Piggly Wiggly on the low. Right. Hey, Queen Memoirs, how are you? What is the message, Spirit? Somebody was telling all the tea. All of the tea. Like I said, somebody thought that they was going to put you in some type of competition. Please. They was surely wishing. But see, all them devilish ways was catching up with them. All of them was catching up with them. Not just some, because they friends, they quote unquote friends, they friends, your friends, neighbors, people that you just seen on Facebook, people that you didn't even know, people that used to be at the same bank as him. They was all telling you everything. You was like, damn, do we know each other? No. No, but I happen to be standing not in the line with him. I was in the next line at the bank. I heard him on his cell phone, and I just want you to, I know it's none of my business, but I just think it's my civic duty to let you know about that dirty motherfucker and everything that motherfucker was saying, how that motherfucker was going to try and do you in, how that motherfucker felt like you couldn't live without them. And see, they thought that they was having a private conversation. I heard it all, girl. I heard it all. That's why I'm here to let you know. I mean, you do what you want to do, but I'm just saying, it's all up to you, But yeah, girl, even the bank teller asked him to show 3 different forms of ID because his ass was such a motherfucking lie. See, he thought that he was going to be able to, have you wishing upon a star like he was the star, like he was the one, and he was going to be able to tell you all this word magic to kind of get you to swoon. Shit, you put an end to that shit so quick. It was almost like whenever you was like, we through, all he could hear was skirt. His body even went like like he was just in the car. Like, wait, what? All that them magic and shit, all those words, everything came right back on him. And that's when he found out he was the one that was out in the cold, baby. His entire world changed. The entire world changed. What's the message? What's the message? What else, Spirit? Really, J. Mike? Yeah, Shaylin played himself. Mike Taylor said little like kisses on their neck. Right. What's the message, Spirit? I'm telling you, somebody thinking that they can apologize their way out of this bullshit that they was doing. They think that they could apologize their way out the bullshit, out of being a devil trying to come against you. They found out that no, all they did was devil time on their own ass. Okay, now somebody feeling like they feeling all depressed, like they don't know if they're gonna be able to make it. All that shit came back to bite them. All of it. It was like that. What's the name of that? McRuff, the crime dog. They took a bite out of crime, took a bite out of their ass. Hey, Ms. Mahogany Drag, how are you, sweetie? They thought that they was gonna have you, the Earth Angel, upset. They thought you was gonna be the one that was depressed. I don't know why they thought that shit. I don't know why they thought that shit. Like you was supposed to be the depressed one. You was handpicked. You was handpicked. And listen, tell you something. When people found out that you was now single, oh, they trying to come in. They trying to come in. They trying to make it right with you. They trying to get with you. They trying to hook up with you because they said, shit, that's a catch right there. That's a catch. That ain't no catch and release. That's a catch and keep. What's the message, Spirit? I am fine. Thank you so very much. What is the message? Anything else in this stack? Yep. Now see this person realized they got to come correct, especially when it comes to their feelings, especially when it comes to the whole heart situation. They can't be playing games. Now they get it. Now they get it that they should have been honest with you. They should have been honest with you and honest with them how they felt. Because they know now, you listen. They should have been honest with you because now they know you would have been in the long haul. You would have been with them. See, and they looking at you now. Y'all looking at each other. All they had to do was do you right. This is what this person is realizing. They just had to be do you right. And you would have been down with them. Y'all would have been face to face, confirmation. But see, somebody didn't want to do all that. They want to play games. What's the message, Spirit? What is the message? Yeah, because you know what? With you came stability with the house. You know, you was even keeled, you was loving, you was kind, you was that earth angel. That whole household would have been blessed. Everybody in it would have been blessed. But see, they had to sit there and talk about you, you know, and they didn't appreciate you, how you was holding it down for them. And they thought that, you know, and now they regret every word that they said. They regret every word that they said when you was holding it down for them. All they had to do was work with you and they would have been cool. Instead, they want to act like a fool. This is why they get in judgment. You know, everybody's telling them they was immature. They said, man, or girl, you kidding. As much as that person loved you and you wasn't bringing nothing to the table and you still couldn't get right, they was like, oh, dude, you sis, dude, you fucked yourself. You screwed yourself out that. You're like, damn. Well, as long as they single, you mind if I give it a shot? Because we know you ain't gonna be able to get back in. And you know, at least you know I'll be taking good care of her. Or at least you know I'll be taking good care of her. You mind if I give it a shot? You know, I think Maseratis is still in. I know you don't like it. I know you appreciate your Yugo that ain't got no heat. But I still like Maseratis. You know, because we know you ain't coming back. We know you ain't coming back. And I was, you know, wanting to make it legal. I want to take her to the courtyard. I want to take her to the courthouse. You know, everybody know that, and we done already seen you around town with Lola, the local hoe from the Piggly Wiggly, her and her sister from the Texaco. You know, we done already seen you around town. And you know, I wasn't, and I just want you to know, I was not one of the ones that showed her the video. That wasn't me. That was Helen. I was just standing next to Helen when she was showing her the video. But I didn't say nothing because you know I'm your dog. I'm your dog. I wasn't gonna sit there and put you underneath the bus. But I was a little shocked though. I didn't say nothing. Helen did all the talking. I was just sitting there watching. I was just, you know, with my arm around her in case she needed somebody. But I was not trying to make moves on her until, because I'm your friend. I wanted to ask you first. What's the message, Spirit? What's the message? Anything else? Somebody like, damn, I done got tricked out my spot. They tricked themselves out the spot. You know? They tricked themselves out the spot by not recognizing a diamond when they had a diamond. Yep. And even God is defending you. Okay? Even God is defending you. God said, get away, get back. Hey, Kalita, how are you, sweetie? Anything else, Spirit? Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, this person, you spoke the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And you told this person you already knew, it's like you had this plan, y'all was supposed to been together for a while. Y'all had even, it's like you had told this person, had to remind this person of the things that y'all was supposed to build together. you know, but they didn't want to believe that. They didn't want to see it. They were still in that young energy. They were still playing games. They thought that they could still play with you and get with this person. And then whenever this shit blow over, then they can go back with you. No, not at all. Not at all. And now they're watching you have your dream come true. They're watching somebody else being honest with you, communicating, being a stand-up person, holding you in high esteem and high regard, respecting your motherfucking wishes. Now they see that shit. Well, at least they got their Yugo, though. At least they still got the Yugo. What's the message, Spirit? Anything from the stack? I told you. Y'all about to get a new opportunity soon. Yep. Somebody else was like, hey, I know my friend messed up, but I ain't gonna mess up like that. I think you're sexy. I like it. I always did like it. I always knew he was messing up or she was messing up. Oh, little Tink Tink, they're depressed. Oh. Oh. Oh well, player. Oh well. It ain't the play, it's the game, right? They are depressed. Especially whenever they see somebody else being like, you know what? He left these shoes behind. Well, shit, yeah, we wear the same size shoe. And that was his jacket? Used to be his jacket? Here, let me readjust this. Let me readjust this seat in this car. Hold on. There you. Yeah. That's how I like it. Come on now. What's the message, Spirit? What is the message? What's the message? Anything else? Okay. Yeah, it could have been a fire sign. A fire sign that was an energy vampire. Who should have decided that they had all that they needed. But they was out for your blood. That's too damn bad. And now they you know what? Because this person had these closed ass chakras. Yep, and they was going to try and plan your downfall. Do not ever delight in the downfall of another. They was planning your downfall because they just wanted your money. But guess what? All that shit was exposed. The gig is up. This could have happened on Saturday. And they're scared that you remove the swords that they tried to place in your back. But you know what? Like I said, they opened up Pandora's box, and karma was coming in pulling up in the driveway in the El Camino, and let karma teach them. Do absolutely positively nothing, because this person is realizing now you are not the usual type, And see, this person thought that they was going to be big because they had all these personal things. Life is not an abundance of personal items. And see, they should have did some research, because that would have helped them from jumping off a cliff due to some fucking illusions. And now everybody looking at this person, they see this person ain't nothing but a deadbeat. That's it. Nothing but a deadbeat. You've already let go of all resentment. You know, shit. Yeah, because this person was arrogant. They were sitting here trying to mock you. Yep. Oh well. What's the message, Spirit? Yep. Somebody, they jumped to conclusions about who you was. This is nothing but a jive ass turkey. Yep. And they hated you. They was envious, but their hate don't stop your gift. That's for sure. And you are a little guarded. Cause shit, you found out somebody was trying to take advantage of you, but karma showed them better than you could ever tell them. And you had to walk away. Yep. That's why you got the victory. And you play fair. That's why. Remember, you write your own book of life. Make it a good one. All right, y'all. I'm going to leave it right there. I'm going to go ahead and eat me some spaghetti that I made. And then I'll be back. This is my first recording for the day. It was late. I had some things I had to do earlier, though. All right. Thank you so very much. Yes, always play fair. Yes, Miss Mahogany Drag. Always. All right. My church is your church. Thank you so very much, J. Mike. Thank you, everyone. I really appreciate you all. Okay. AJ, once again, thank you so very much for your generosity. I really do appreciate you. All right, y'all. All right, Flower Dance. And I'll be back a little bit later. I love you all.